So I'm sure you've heard by now about the lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors, and maybe you've heard about the announcement that was made on March 15th regarding the way buyer's agents are going to be affected in the future. So I wanted to hop on and talk to my agent friends as well as buyers and sellers because there's going to be some major changes in the way that we do business, and I thought it would be a great time to talk about it while this is all fresh and new. Buyers, you're going to want to listen up because this is going to affect you immediately. In the past, at least in the state of Florida, most buyer's agents did not require that the buyers sign a buyer brokerage agreement for exclusivity. However, due to the lawsuit, in effect July, all buyer's agents will be required to have their buyers sign those exclusivity agreements. So if you're a professional agent right now, everybody's starting to implement those. And if your agent hasn't mentioned it to you, you might wonder what else they're not paying attention to. And if your agent has brought it up out of the blue and you've been working with them for a while and you're wondering why they just are bringing this up now, it is because of the changes that were announced on March 15th. Now, one of the main talking points surrounding the implementation of the buyer brokerage agreement is the discussion of commission. In the past, buyer's agents and buyers, we didn't really talk about that very much. And I'm not really sure why. It just was the way it was at the time. Now, going forward, a buyer's agent is going to be required to disclose their minimum commission due in the transaction. Now, just because you're being asked to sign a buyer brokerage agreement with a minimum commission due to your agent does not mean that you're going to be paying that out of pocket on closing day. Now, more than ever, it's important to ask questions to determine that you've got a very experienced agent with a ton of negotiating skills who will be at bat for you. And that person will be able to negotiate not only the best price, but oftentimes they'll be able to negotiate their own commission into the deal and get the job done. Sellers are not as concerned with purchase price or commissions as they are with the bottom line. So if your agent is helping you put together an offer that nets that seller their bottom line while also protecting your out-of-pocket expenses on closing day and sticking within your monthly budget requirements, this is where we're going to have the win-win where deals are made. And I have one last point directed at sellers as some food for thought. So when you're sitting down with your listing agent, getting ready to sell your home, and you're negotiating whether you want to offer a buyer's agent commission or not, and you'll be given that option, one thing I want you to consider is that the buyer who chooses to work with a professional buyer's agent is someone who sees value in getting things done right. And they're probably going to see value in your home and have the market savvy to understand your pricing. If you choose to work with a buyer who is not represented to save a little bit of money on commission, they're also going to think they're saving that money. And that person that doesn't see value in doing things professionally may be the person who nickel and dimes every little bit throughout the transaction. So pick your poison, I suppose. But at least when you're working with a professional on both ends, you know the deal's being done right by people who have knowledge and skill.